Good morning, Shell Ridge Community Church. I greet you with this audio-visual greeting this morning on Saturday, September 19th, and I hope it finds you doing well. I thought I would do this in part in response to the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice. I know that saddens a lot of people. Her leadership has been unmatched in terms of women's rights and equality, but not just that. And it also creates a great deal of anxiety at this time where we're so close to the election and people are going to be worried about who will make the appointment and will it be before the election or after the election. And I want to kind of save all that stuff for later. We have plenty of time to discuss that, but I wanted to just honor the life of Ruth Bader Ginsburg and all of her incredible accomplishments. She graduated, after she graduated from law school, she was rejected for a clerkship by a Supreme Court justice, apparently because she was a woman. But that led to her first clerkship in the Southern District of New York, which had its own kind of consequences. But when she was in her late 20s, an important event in her life was that she learned Swedish in order to work on a law project in Sweden for 2 years. And besides what she gained from that, she learned while she was in Sweden that women's equality, particularly with regard to law, was significantly ahead of the United States. There were upwards of 25% of the law students in Sweden were women at the time, compared to the United States, only about 3%, and less than that, more like 2% or less when she was in law school. And so she brought some of that stuff back, and in 1970, at the age of 37, she would have been, she started the first law journal on women's rights in 1970. If you can imagine that, the first one dedicated specifically to women's rights. And 2 years later, 1972, at the age of 39, she co-founded the Women's Rights Project with the ACLU. And that led to hundreds of gender discrimination cases being tried in the courts and making progress for women's rights. In 1972, we saw the passage of Title IX, which was the equal opportunity, equal access to education for women. Already before the age of 40, she had some influence on that development as well. So what an incredible life that she's lived and has impacted countless women. And I also want to say in closing that Ruth Bader Ginsburg was also the first Jewish woman to be appointed to the courts. And on this eve of Rosh Hashanah, where we wish one another a hopeful, happy, and prosperous new year, let's end on this good, positive note with all of the great gifts that Ruth Bader Ginsburg has given us. And on this eve of Rosh Hashanah, that we can say, may your year go well, because of the great work of people like her. So go in peace. May the months ahead bring opportunities for us to continue the fight for justice and equality. And give thanks for the generous life of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Go in peace.